Hello everyone, my name is Uthris and welcome back to Banished, where we are working on the wonderful world of Steadflow. And off camera I've went ahead and changed around the farm a little bit. As you can see, I also added in some more details in areas to try and just make it look a little bit more plantation-like. So this is basically like a fairly decently sized family farm. And instead of just having field after field after field, I've decided to do it like this. And so there's going to be a family farm here, one up in this direction, and then maybe one or two over in this direction. There'll also be maybe two more over here. That way, there's just some division in between everything, and it doesn't become all just this brown color from having so many fields next to each other. But also, you'll notice, it's been probably about 5-6 in-game years. Our food situation is looking very good now that we have all this, and also we restructured some pathing so everyone can get around to their workplace a whole lot easier. We're up to 40,000 food, and so I feel very comfortable in expanding again rather dramatically, and so we're going to be filling out the kind of larger part of the town down here this episode. And then also keeping an eye out for our trading dock, because I would like to get some wheat going so that we can get some bread. Because we have this bakery connected to this wonderful little home that I would like to get using as well. Citizen count, very high. And we will just keep on expanding, I believe. Now, I kind of want an inn and garden in this place, but I haven't decided where I really want it just yet. And to be honest, I'm kind of thinking back here behind the town hall. We can kind of surround it with a decent connecting road. And so hopefully that'll look pretty nice. It'll kind of go with the gardens that we have in here and things of that nature, and we'll be decorating everything as we go to try and you know, just kind of spruce up the place. You know, the more decorations we have, the better. It makes everything look and feel a little bit more cluttered. As you can see on our farms, I added scarecrows. There's grain bags kind of sitting around the fences. Things of that nature. Both of these barns, by the way, are completely full of food. And so we're going to have to upgrade our storage situation at some point as well. I mean, we have 4 barns, and I believe I actually laid out another one here. Now there's going to be a water mill in this location, which would be pretty cool. As soon as that's built, once we have actual grains and things, we'll need that to turn it into our first bits of flour. So I'm actually going to just set this to remove resources so we can see kind of everything that we're doing back here. And then just times 10 normal speed as always. I figure that's kind of the best way to do things. We're going to be slowly upgrading our path as well. And if we look back at the little connecting town back here, you can see it's completely stable, self-sufficient. They have their own food source, their own firewood source, their own lumber source. So these guys are rather comfortable out here. And we check pathing, everything is looking good. I believe there's even that, yeah. Now, might expand the services out here just one more and put a hunting cabin, because we need some more leather for our tailor to build their clothing, and so I feel like that's something, you know, just the last piece of the puzzle for this little section. And I've cleared out the whole area of rocks and things within the gathering circle, so the forest will become dense and old over time. Now I'm curious to see how we're doing on logging. I didn't even notice we had a trader. So we can check this out. They have nothing I want. So go away. Sweet! Our watermill is done. It's a pretty nice looking building. You can see we can make flour from wheat, corn, barley, or sorghum. If that's how you say that. I doubt that's how you say that, but that's how I'm saying it. That's pretty good. I'm glad the deer can just jump off the bridge and cross the water. You know. It's very, very hyper-realism is what we're going for, I think. Oh boy. I'm starting to lose some frames. Well, not frames, but sim speed's kind of slowing down. I think it's just the snow overlay. It can cause some issues sometimes. There we go. Yeah, that ended. So I have a feeling that's exactly what it was. Just installed a pond out here in the little plantation. When was the last time I spent a quiet moment just doing nothing? Every day at work. That's pretty much all I do. Just quiet moments doing absolutely nothing important. We have a connecting road too now. So hopefully people will get to and fro a little bit quicker. Yeah, our food supply is doing really, really well. And hopefully at some point we'll be able to swap out and get some cloth for our tailor so they don't want to rely on so much leather. Yeah, here's another quay locker, which are these barns, which look fairly nice. It's just spread out along here. In fact, I was going to add, I believe, a wall section here. Just so it doesn't look as wrong, in my opinion. So we need, what, 2? 1 and 2. There we go. I'm just gonna connect this section up just so it looks a little bit more reinforced and it kind of connects these two buildings and will look pretty nice. Now this locker is going to actually connect directly there. And then you might have to do some type of intersection here. Shut this off because I don't like seeing the little yellow markers everywhere. Oh, cool. Looks like this is actually getting worked on as well. I'm gonna bump up how many builders we have to 14. I really want things really rolling in terms of construction. Tell you what, I feel like I need a little bit of color variation in the homes. Maybe not everything should be that stone kind of black roof effect. Man, my sim speed is just dying. I don't know what's causing it. Let's see, let's turn that down. Yeah, everything's moving really slow. Don't know if it's because we're kind of low on storage on things. And wow, okay, furniture goes into stockpiles. So do ropes. That's a little weird. How are our stockpiles looking back here? I haven't looked in a while. I want to make sure we're not completely overflowing with a whole bunch of useless stuff. Oh boy, this is going way too slow. Let's see. I don't know how to fix this or why it's going slow. Like, I'm not seeing anyone down here. It's Go back up to the main city. Speed it up again, because at least that way people will move a little bit. Let's check some charts for our town. And then I might skip a little bit, just so you guys don't have to see this slow sim speed the whole time. Let's see. Well, we have 30,000 fish. I don't know if that's the problem or not. I don't think it is. No idea. We got a decent amount of hardwood. We have some fancy furniture. Okay, sim speed fixed itself just now. Random. I don't know what it's doing. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and develop some more of this area. Infestation. Harvest it. Harvest it. So, looks like we have kind of our first disaster here. So I'm gonna harvest these two fields that are next to each other to try and just get rid of it as quickly as possible. And it's not that bad of a problem considering our food supplies are just that well. Let's see if that fixes it. Yeah, looks like it did. Good. That reminds me, I'm gonna have to get a hospital soon, and I think I'm going to build it in this city up here. And nothing good from you. Keep working on sending me a good trader, will you? Yeah, let's lay down this back road here. And then lay out the road going around the whole structure. This in. And we can kind of use this as a launching point for key structures, I feel. So we can put, let's go ahead and put our hospital. Can it fit? No. It won't be able to fit. That's very interesting. But it fits on this side. Well, obviously something's not quite centered, but that's okay. As long as it fits, that's all I care about. We can put a hospital there. One room schoolhouse. Doesn't fit there either. Yeah, the one room schoolhouse can go there. I'm gonna connect this up. Another city block. Maybe, is it possible to fit? I guess not. How about a tiny shack? No, that wouldn't look right. Log cabin? No, not right either. I'll just have to put some details there or something. This progress is just continually being made. I really like how our port's going up, and I said I was going to skip, but I get sidetracked so easily now. So, yeah. I'll be right back. Alright everyone, so this is where we are. It is autumn year 55. As you can see, a whole lot has changed. A whole lot more buildings were constructed. This area is starting to fill in pretty nice. Though, the only problem, in my opinion, is the fact that this is such an obvious rectangle. And I don't like that. I don't like building these perfectly square settlements like this. It's not, in my opinion, very realistic looking or nice looking anyways. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and fan out here, like up here in this direction, a little bit along the river, because most towns that are built along the river kind of hug the river as much as possible or follow it before going more inland when they're actually out of room. And so that's basically what I'm hoping to do in this one. But that'll come in due time. I don't really know what other profession to put up here besides the farming, though I'm sure I could find something, for sure. And of course it decides to rain. I'm gonna go ahead and boost it back up to about ×10 speed, and we can go over some of the structures that we gained. So, we have a hospital, which is great. If there's any plagues coming through, this is where all of our citizens will go. Now, if it strikes kind of the other areas first, then that's a problem because I had to walk really far. So I might have to put a hospital in that town as well. There is a one-room schoolhouse, which is fine. And eventually we might end up having to upgrading it to like a county school. I don't know why it says country school there, because in my opinion, it doesn't really make sense to call it a country school. Added some of these salt box houses. They are a little bit different. Of course, we have our inn and garden area, which looks fantastic. Add a little bit of a privy and some crates and barrels just to make the garden area a little bit more filled in. Completed both hedge gardens around our town hall. And if we come over here, on this side we have a little bit of a gallows in case, you know, anyone wants to stir up a bit of a ruckus. We can prevent that, and then by the gallows, of course, a little guard tower just to put off a little bit of military might. And then we can kind of zoom up here. Now this, you guys might not know what this building is, but it's an upgraded form of the boarding house, which is this structure. And originally, this is what was there, but I decided to upgrade it, one, because I've never seen what this looks like, two, it looked a little run down for the area. So this is essentially the same thing. It's called a coaching inn, and it's a little bit more official looking, which I love. It's very nice and clean. I'm actually going to, I don't know if I want to do this or not, but expand the coaching kind of thing here. And out back, we have a little bit of a fenced in area. Now I added these two. We have a stone market stall, which is good. I can cause that to work, and then also a wood market stall. This is going to bring a lot of the more raw resources up in this area to be used. So if we look at kind of where everything is, if we come up here to our rural market, you will see that there's not a whole lot of lumber in here. There's not a whole lot of lumber in this town at all. They don't really have their own source, so I'm going to have to start importing a whole bunch of it. We do have 2 wood cutters up here working in 2 locations, so that's pretty cool. Add a little pond as well. We have their own little cemetery, though still not 100% sure on that position. It's kind of just sticking out like a little sore thumb. But here, I'm expanding the residential area, as you can see, and sorry for the ventrilo noise there, but apparently I didn't mute that. So we're starting to expand a little bit down the river in this southern direction. We're going to do a little bit more in the northern, because I want as many homes kind of hugging the river as possible, so that I can use as few homes to man these fields. And a whole bunch of laborers are living up here. We have plenty of room. Even in the previous town, I'm sure there's still room for things. We could even put down production buildings if we felt that was necessary. And in fact, because we have the watermill here, I was thinking about putting the sawmill up here as well. So I don't know if that's the location I want it in, or if I want a specific kind of logging camp area for this to be placed. You guys can let me know in the comments down below for sure what you think would look better. I mean, I can line this building up, but I feel like having multiple water wheels would be a little counterproductive in terms of looks, because this one would disturb the water for this one and might not work quite as well. I'm still getting these slowdowns. I wasn't doing this off camera, so it might just be my recording software taking more memory. But it looks like it's a whole lot better than it was at the start of the episode for sure. So let's see. We got this kind of filling in nicely. I kind of want to keep going with the homes, so it might expand a little too rapidly. We have a small parish house instead of a large church in this town. Again, we don't even need this because there's just not enough people in our city just yet. If we look at our overview, our total population is 155, which is decent. It's definitely doing fairly well, so that's pretty cool. If we look at production, looks like our logs, we're not really keeping up with it very well. Our stone, we're fine. We're not really producing any stone. We're not really using a whole lot of it. Same with the iron. We're still above 1,000, so I'm not worried. Fuel, we are keeping ahead of that. Tools, we're keeping ahead of that kind of barely, which is a little surprising. Food, we are keeping ahead of that, which is nice. Now the reason it's produced is barely above the used is mainly due to the food cap, because we'll hit the cap and then nothing will be produced for a little while throughout the year. And then it will be used up and it'll be freed to be used yet again. No luxuries, nothing like that. Now I'm curious, kind of want to put this in here. I want to know what an adventurer does. It doesn't really make sense to me. I didn't see any specific buildings for adventuring, whatever that is. So I have no idea what that could be used for. Let's see, census data, no. Governor's office, taxes, no. There might be something eventually. Statue carver. That's interesting. For trade or placing around your town. Interesting, interesting. We have a new trader, it seems, so we'll just teleport right on up here. And they are selling ducks and bison, which neither we have useful or at this time. I'm also, you know, I'm gonna build this. I was gonna hold off on doing it, but I feel like it's necessary. There's another trading post we can build, and it is a farm supplier trading post. And I feel like we need one of these. This will definitely make us get, hopefully, seeds quicker. And I'm all about that. So I'm gonna try and squeeze this down this direction. And then just build some more walls here just to make that work. And it makes a little bit more sense that it's on the farming side of the map. Sure, we'll have to make another trader, but we have enough citizens. I mean, shoot, we have 15 builders laid out right now while everything is still getting built. Our market carts seem to be working fairly well, which is nice. Yeah, it's working. Oh, looks like we actually lost our first person from old age. And that's going to be a concern. Definitely within the next 10 in-game years. The older will start dying and they'll be slowly replaced by the young. So, that's something to watch out for as your population ages. Anyways, I think that's going to do us for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are enjoying the content, feel free to subscribe to my channel for more creative goodness. Go ahead and check out my other videos. Leave a comment, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.